This video is going to share with you how you can do a backlink audit of your competition so you can outrank them for the keywords that you want to win. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmermarketing.com, and that is exactly my goal of today's video, is to walk you through step by step of how you can do a backlink competitive analysis in order to get higher rankings. Let's not waste any time. If you want to follow along at home, check out seomastermind.org/giveaway, and you can go ahead and get the backlink audit checklist so you can follow along at work or at home. All right, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the checklist so I can point out a couple of the most important factors and how you can figure them out for yourself. So when we're looking at off-page SEO, when we're trying to do a backlink analysis of the competition, we need to know a couple of things first and foremost. And what those start off with are going to be, well, which keywords do we want to rank for and in what area? So when we're doing a backlink analysis, we want to clear our history, and we want to clear our cache. So let's go ahead and clear our data and our cache and our history, and then we want to search from the area that we want to rank in. So I'm going to come over here to Google. For this particular example, we're going to search from Los Angeles because I live in Pennsylvania. So this right here is geolocation switcher. It's just to change the location of the browser. You can utilize it. You don't have to utilize it. For this video, I am. So we're going to change the geolocation to Los Angeles. Next, we're going to put the primary keyword into Google in order to figure out, well, who's the actual winner for this area? So we're going to put in truck accident lawyer. So when we search for truck accident lawyer in Los Angeles, we can quickly see that the top two performers are going to be this particular website here and this website here. Now, when we're doing a competitive analysis, I like to look at 3 to 5 websites in order to get an average of all the metrics that we need to meet. For the sake of time, I'm only going to do 2, and I already pre-filled it out to speed it up even more. But let's go ahead and deep dive this together. So I'm going to open up my backlink audit sheet. And what we're going to look at here is we're going to first type in the keyword that we're going for. Now, in this instance, what we're looking for here is we're looking for truck accident lawyer. Now, when there's a location modifier, I always put / truck accident lawyer plus the location. All right. So if you're doing different locations, you can do this as well. The next step that I want to do is I want to put in the primary ranking pages that are above me. So in this case, I went ahead and I put the number 1 ranker and I put the number 2 ranker. Next, what we need to do is we need to look at the overall referring domains that our competition has, the leading pages. Now, this is root domain. And the reason why this is important is because referring domains are votes. Backlinks are wildly different than referring domains. Unique referring domains is what drives the needle. I could build 100,000 backlinks from one site. It'll only count as one referring domain. And I assure you, if I build 100,000 backlinks from one website, it's not going to move the needle like 100,000 referring domains. So like I mentioned just before here, we're looking at how many referring domains does the leading competitor have going to the root domain? How much overall authority do they have? So let's go ahead and pull that in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the root domain. All right, we take that root domain and we put it inside of SEMrush. For this example, I am utilizing SEMrush. SEMrush is a backlink analysis tool, a keyword tool. It is an everything tool inside of my agency. Now, you can utilize the likes of Ahrefs or Majestic. There's a lot of tools out there, Moz, but I love SEMrush. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this in. And the first metric that we need to look at under backlink analytics, so we click backlink analytics. We put the root domain inside of here. Make sure this says root domain. We're searching backlink analytics, root domain. We're going to go to referring domains. So this is the true deciding factor of how many links they have. We want to grab their overall referring domains, 481. And we want to go ahead and mark that down, 481. Under how many referring domains do they have? 481. The next metric that we want to look at is how many high quality referring domains do they have, all right? So in order to do this, we're going to go back to our tool, and we're actually going to go right here, right underneath the referring domain count after we grab the number. We're going to go to the authority score. So this way, SEMrush can actually sort them for us by their metric of quality. All right, so we're going to go to authority score, and we're going to sort 30 to 100. And SEMrush does a very good job at this, so I trust their data. Now, when we do another sort of the high quality links, the ones that are really moving the needle, we can see here that they have 92. So what we want to do is bounce back over to our sheet, and we're going to mark in how many high quality referring domains do they have overall. 92. Next, what we're looking at is how many referring domains to the actual ranking page. How many are going to that specific page? Because we need to look at overall authority, because yes, Google ranks pages, not websites. However, because of internal linking and the anchor text that's coming in overall to the website, we want to know, out of all the links that are coming in, all the votes that are coming in, what does the anchor text say? Because whatever that anchor text says is going to drastically influence Google's rankings for those specific keywords. All right, so that's why we look at the root first. Now, looking at the page is very important. Don't get me wrong. And that's why we want to go ahead and take a look at how many referring domains are going to that specific page. We want to look at both metrics. Keep that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and go take a look here. We're going to change this out to the actual page that's ranking. We have to grab it off our sheet here. So here's the page that's ranking. We'll copy that, bring it over here to our tool, and we're going to look at the exact URL. All right. Now, as we can see here, there's 7 links pointing at that page. So there's 7 overall links. We'll do another sort from 30 to 100 to figure out the quality score. And now we can see they only have 3 out of that 7 are high quality. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So now they have 7. And then how many of them are actually high quality is only 3. All right. To that page. I generally just put that right here. All right. So now we can see here, what's the overall anchor text? Let's go ahead and take a look at that together. All right. Now, anchor text is so important. All right. When we're taking a look at the exact page, we can see here that the anchor text is empty and generic. Now, if we take a look here, there's only 6 anchors coming in. A majority or half do contain a keyword or a variation. So I like to mark this, and I want to point out that this is a very low number of links. Generally, it's much higher for high competition niches such as truck accident lawyers. But we are going to mark this. They have 6 overall anchors coming in. Half are going to be exact and or variations of the primary. But this right here, empty and generic, exact. All right. So what I like to mark here is going to be exactly that. We're going to mark in brand, exact, and then I'm going to write empty. Okay. Now I did the exact analysis, the same analysis again for the next competitor, the number 2 ranker. All right. Now, when we did our analysis, we did it for Truck Accident Lawyer and Truck Accident Lawyer Los Angeles. The primary ranking page was this page. How many referring domains did they have? 1,272. That's total going to the website. Out of that 1,272, only 181 of them were high quality. So that's a number. We know that overall, all right, if our client has 16, we know that we want to reach 181, but we don't only want 10% in this case to go to the actual page because they only had 18 referring domains going to the ranking page. All right. Now, what's the overall anchor text going to the site? Branded and naked. What is the ranking page's anchor text? Exact and variation. So they were using very heavy anchor text. In fact, let me go ahead and share this with you. So when we come into this is often what we'll see when you're in a competitive market. So let's go to that exact page and take a look at the anchor text of this. As you can see here, when we have 11 anchors coming in, all right, the vast majority of the anchor text pointing to this website, to this page, is, look at this. They're actually doubling it up. They have lawyer and attorney, all right? Big rig, which is a variation of like tractor trailer or semi-truck or truck accident. And then they have the primary keyword first. Then they did a variation. And then they did Los Angeles truck accident lawyer. Like they are flooding it with exact and variation. This is can be massively spammy, but it can be also very effective. But in this case, they are teeter-tottering on the they're teeter-tottering on the edge of spammy. They want to be branded, they want to be naked, they want to have some generic. Of course, you want to utilize exact match and variations, but it shouldn't be at the highest level. This could potentially get you into a little bit of trouble, all right? So you want to watch out for this when you're doing your analyzation. You generally want to keep it branded or naked with a small level of exact match and variation. And this is why I highly recommend when you're doing a backlink audit, you're going to look at 3 to 5 of the leading competitors that are ranking for the primary keyword. So I would run, if this is a keyword that you really want to win, you're going to look at the number 1, 2, and 3 ranker and come up with an average. How many average referring domains do I need to build to the site as a whole? Check. How many backlinks do I need to build to the exact page? Check. And how many backlinks do I need to build that are really high quality out of all of those? Check. The next thing is, which anchor texts and anchor text percentages should I be building when I'm building these backlinks to my website? Check. Once you know how many links, how many high quality links, how many links are going to the exact page, and which anchor text you need to use, now your off-page SEO is done for this specific keyword. If you need this particular service done, check me out at chrispalmermarketing.com. If you have any questions about this or anything else, do not hesitate. Ask the question in the section below. And of course, I always look forward to seeing you in the next backlink audit, how to do a competitive backlink analysis video. Have a great day. Thank you so much. If you need any help, please, calendly.com/Chris Palmer Marketing. I have this service specifically. I'll take time, do an analysis just for you. If you need consulting, if you just need training, if you need services, if there's anything I could do, you just need free advice, ask the question below. I'm here to help. All right. Thank you so much. Many blessings. I'll see you in the next backlink audit video. Bye-bye.